everybody, welcome back to Next Play Records. I hope you enjoyed that quick clip of me walking through the antique store that I went to a couple of weekends ago, flipped through those bins. And so this video is going to be showing some of the records I found there at that unknown spot. It's not too far from my house, about 20 minutes, and it's an antique store I never went in, and they had a nice little booth in there with some good options. So I bought a few records from that, and then I have some more new arrivals and good stuff to show on this video. So here it comes. First one I found, this was not in that main booth that you saw in the video. This was separated by itself in another little area of the antique store, and it didn't have maybe one little bin of records. But I found this nice psych rock Christian-based record. This band is from Pennsylvania, I believe, and this was on the SSS International label. This is Sweet Revival, featuring Don Hill. I guess he's the lead singer for this album. Sweet Revival, self-titled. And it's just some of that. I mean, it's not as psych rock as I had thought when I looked up the band. It's more of a kind of a folk Christian 70s. It's a nice style, though. It's a good listen, great lyrics. and I was happy to find it there at the antique store for $1. So anytime you see this label, you're gonna grab it for $1 because this was a pretty popular label in the 70s. There's the SSS International label. And so Sweet Revival featuring Don Hill, Sweet Revival, self-titled. Again, just good Christian folk, kind of psych rock taste to it. So the other one I found, these are the big ones I found. At that big part of the video where I was flipping through the bins, this was a good one that I found. This is Nat Adderley, and this is live at Memory Lane. I believe this is a 1968 session. Nat Adderley, Cannonball Adderley's brother, but he plays the trumpet. And one thing that made me get this was Joe Henderson is on the tenor sax, and you also have Nat Adderley on the trumpet, Joe Zawinul on the piano, Victor Gaskin on the bass, Roy McCurdy on the drums. But nice little Atlantic release. And this is an original mono that I found for a fair price in that booth. That booth was not deals. I mean, you weren't finding a lot of deals in there. You might be able to slow down that video and see a couple that you would think, you would have grabbed. But for my taste and everything I was trying to look for that day, this was what I grabbed. And it's on the purple and red Atlantic. So that was a good find. Also, I found Miles and Monk at Newport. This was at a different antique store that I went to, one of my regulars. And when I was there, the booth owner was there, and he said, hey, I just stuck some more jazz in the jazz section. And so I dug through. I found Miles and Monk at Newport. This is on Columbia. This is a great live session. The Miles Davis Sextet featuring John Coltrane, Cannonball Adderley, and the Thelonious Monk Quartet with Pee Wee Russell. So, great session. I'm sure a lot of y'all that know jazz know about that one. Columbia 2i. Nice little find at an antique store. I'm always happy when I find stuff that's on my want list. Next one I found, this was the most surprising one. I found Double Play by Andre Previn. And this is obviously baseball themed jazz on contemporary. This also is an early pressing. I'm not 100% sure if it's the original. I think it is. It's a mono original of Andre Previn's Double Play with Russ Freeman. Nice little piano duos, baseball themed songs. This one as well has been on my want list, so finding it at an antique store for $4 was killer. So you have Take Me Out to the Ball Game, Who's on First, Called on Account of Rain, In the Cellar Blues, Batter Up, Double Play, Safe at Home, Fungo, Strike Out the Band. So very nice old little piano dual baseball themed jazz album. So I was happy to get it, and kind of a classic woman on the cover in the baseball hat, little classic jazz cover as well. Another one I found for the same price. All those were $4, those last few that I showed, so they were stills. This one's probably worth about 30 bucks. This is a Columbia UK pressing of Oscar Peterson Plays Duke Ellington, and it is awesome. Sounds great. It's got the white Columbia label. Kind of a flimsier disc, but those always have great sound in my experience. So just a nice little run of luck in the antique store that day. So 4 good jazz albums, the Psych rock Christian album, folky. I was very happy to get those. So I'll continue on this video with some new arrivals that I've had and some records I haven't had really a chance to show because I haven't been doing a lot of videos, but also have just let them build up, and I want to get them filed away and back in their spots and everything. So I'm going to start with a couple of the Blue Note classic vinyl series that came out. And these were two of the best ones of the whole series, in my opinion. A record that I've had on my want list for a long time, and it's kind of hard to find in a good version. Very pricey if it's a original or a early reissue. So as soon as it was announced, I made sure this is going to be my copy. So I waited, didn't buy anything else. So Larry Young's Unity with Joe Henderson, Woody Shaw, Elvin Jones, just an awesome lineup. Great post-bop, organ-based, jazz, and I mean, just, I love it because Woody Shaw brings it on this session with his trumpet. Joe Henderson really brings you beyond your normal soul jazz that an organ could bring, and Larry Young obviously is known for that. So this is a post-bop soul jazz killer on the Blue Note label. Very popular classic title and very well received in the classic vinyl series that does so well. So very happy to have that one. Next one I have from that series is one of my favorite Blue Note sessions of all time. Last time I did a top 5 on Instagram, I included this one, so that's how much I love it. But Wayne Shorter's Adam's Apple, Herbie Hancock, Reginald Workman, Joe Chambers, Wayne Shorter. Herbie Hancock is unbelievable on here, but the songwriting, Wayne Shorter does Adam's Apple, Footprints, Teru, Chief Crazy Horse, El Guacho. So almost every single one of these composed by Wayne Shorter, and these are special, man. They have kind of a memorable licks in them and catchy tunes, but they are killer hard bop, post bop that really gets to the limits of these players, I think. And the only song that is not Wayne Shorter is the second song, 502 Blues by Drinking and Driving by Jimmy Rawls. That's a killer too. So Adam's Apple, if you don't have it, or if you haven't gotten this version, you need to get it. You will love it. It's awesome. Great, great music. Beautiful tracks. And killer instruments. So there you go. Another new arrival, and I've been getting into this guy's 70s stuff a little more. David Allan Coe. This is when he was at his best. I would say maybe mid 70s to 75 to 77. He has a string of probably 4 or 5 albums that I'm going to try to get all of them. There's still 1 or 2 more that I need to get, but this was the 3rd of those. David Allan Coe, Long-Haired Redneck. That's probably the most popular song on here. But this is, I mean, I feel like this is what country music is meant to be. It's kind of a outlaw, folky, not mainstream, good lyrics, good singing, kind of that hardcore backing in it. I just kind of like, but some of my favorite songs on here, When She's Got Me Where She Wants Me, that's like a classic old school country song. Texas Lullaby is awesome. Living on the Run, Family Reunion, Freeborn Rambling Man, and, you know, if you haven't heard it, the titles won't really do any good, but stream David Allan Coe's mid to late 70s stuff. You will see what I mean. Good stuff right there. I love the cover, too. I think the original came in a black and white. This is like a second pressing, but very cool. Let's get a look at that. And it is on the Columbia 360 from the late 70s. There you go. David Allan Coe. Another killer reissue that I got, and I want to thank Dylan from Noble Records for this one. Yellow vinyl Farm. This is kind of a, I don't know, these guys remind me of Allman Brothers if they were to kind of lean towards that psych rock. It's very good fuzzy guitar playing, very good tunes. They also cover Statesboro Blues on here. Jungle Song, also just awesome. What a great reissue of a original album that is so hard to find. I believe this is one of Dylan's favorite, and I would know nothing about this band if it wasn't for watching YouTube Dylan at Noble Records. So, but the first time you hear it, you'll know that anybody who likes Southern rock, psych rock, will love this album. So, comes with the Obi. I haven't taken this off yet, so I may not do it, but you can see the kind of cool old school photo there on the front with the house. But I got the limited yellow vinyl that only Dylan, exclusive to Noble Records, was able to get from Gerson is the reissue label. They do have black, and they have another brown splatter version of this. But if you like the Classic rock, southern rock, Psych. There's the Noble Records exclusive yellow vinyl. All right, another one. Now, this is kind of a bittersweet. This is a record that's been on my want list for a long time. This is Talking Heads, Stop Making Sense. Great live show. I had seen a documentary of it that followed one of the live shows, maybe the last one of the tour, where this was being recorded and coming out. Just love these songs. I love Psycho Killer, Burning Down the House, Once in a Lifetime, Take Me to the River. They kill that song on here. But great album. Now, reason it's bittersweet is this is the last record that I bought at Waterloo Sunset Records, which is inside the Braves Stadium's, what they call the Battery. There's a lot of different stores. You'll see like Baseballism. You'll see Mizuno's store, other little boutiques and restaurants. But they had a record store for the whole time, Waterloo. And I guess with rent going up and maybe lack of good, music lover traffic, and it's kind of hard. If you buy a stack of records before the Braves game, you either got to take it into the Braves game if they'll let you, or you got to walk it back to your car. So some people probably don't buy anything just because they don't want to hold it during a whole 9-inning baseball game. But I usually buy a couple of things if I find it, take it back to the store. Take it back to my car, which I usually park pretty close, and then walk back for the game. So this was the last record I bought there. Awesome record by the Talking Heads. I believe this is an OG. So very good. Sounds great. Fun. You're not going to listen to this without at least jumping up and dancing to a few songs. But again, happy to get that for the last. They just shut down the record store I got this from. Shut down probably 2 weeks ago. I probably got this about a month ago, I would say. Next one I have one of my holes in my Miles Davis collection that I've been wanting to find a good copy of. Finally found this music on vinyl. Nefertiti. This is such a great session and one of the best bands that Miles Davis ever put together. I think I like it better than his first band. But Miles Davis, Wayne Shorter, Herbie Hancock, Ron Carter, Tony Williams. They do a great job of getting into that post-bop modal sound that made him so popular. But it's got a different feel to it with Wayne Shorter and Herbie Hancock and Tony Williams on it, I think. So really love this. There's a couple of others in that stretch of albums for Miles that I'm also looking to get. So, but Nefertiti was on my want list for a long time. Finally found it for a good price and have it in my collection. Another one that's a new arrival. Freddie Hubbard, CTI, Straight Life. Again, one of the few CTIs that I really love. I know there's a lot of good music on there, a lot of Ron Carter albums and George Benson and stuff like that. But this is one that I really love. Freddie Hubbard, Straight Life, and Red Clay are probably my two favorite CTI releases. So George Benson's on here, Ron Carter, Jack DeJohnette, Herbie Hancock, Joe Henderson. Killer. It's only 3 songs, but jam sessions on most of them where everybody gets to show off, and it's just, again, great songwriting. Let me see who composed these. I think they might be all standards. Yeah, he didn't write these. So I've always liked the CTI label too. Yeah, Freddie Hubbard wrote Straight Life, but the other 2 he did not. Is that upside down? Yeah, there we go. Love it. And we got the news last week that Creed Taylor passed away. I actually didn't know he was still alive. He's lived till he was 93. So this, the founder of Impulse, started CTI, tons of other stuff. So I think I bought this maybe a day or 2 before he passed away. So another great jazz title on a label that doesn't get a whole lot of pub, but there you go. Just happy to add that one. Another new arrival, something I've been kind of getting these lower price stuff that's on my want list, like Straight Life, another one that's coming up, some of those jazz titles that I found. Dwight Yoakam. This isn't one of his most valuable records, but Dwight Yoakam, Buenas Noches from a Lonely Room, one of his many great albums. I love Dwight Yoakam. He's a one-of-a-kind type country singer. Nobody else has that sound that he blended from his Bakersfield roots and Kentucky roots. You know, I mean, I believe he was born in Kentucky, but he always liked that Buck Owens, Bakersfield sound, Merle Haggard sound, but one-of-a-kind voice, great songwriting. Some of the best ones he has here, Home of the Blues, I love. Buenas Noches from a Lonely Room, I love. I Hear You Knocking, I Sang Dixie, Streets of Bakersfield is on here. Hold On to God. So, love it. Very happy to add him to my collection. There's a couple of more I need to get. Some of them more valuable than the others. And maybe they'll reissue his stuff. He's still putting out some music over the last couple of years. So, maybe they'll get to reissuing some of his stuff as well. One that we need for sure is 1990, mid-90s release this time. So, we'll see. Now, last thing I'm going to talk about is Whatnot auctions. I know that some of y'all probably have gotten on there by now. It's gotten really popular, especially with vinyl sales. And this was one of the biggest that I had. So I'm going to start with, a lot of these sellers will have, they have to, I think, is have giveaways throughout their program of their auction. And I won in the same program that I bought this grail I'm about to show. I won this pressing of Bob Dylan, the Freewheelin' Bob Dylan. And this is one of my top 3 or 4 albums from him. So I was very happy to win that, and that this was the giveaway at the time. I've been lucky. I've actually won a number of giveaways on there. But Blowing in the Wind, Girl from the North Country, A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall, Don't Think Twice, It's All Right, Karina, I Shall Be Free, just killer, awesome freebie. But what helps is if you win a giveaway first, that drops your overall shipping because it'll count the bulk of the shipping on the freebie, so you don't pay for that. And then the next record you buy is only $2.50. So I bought on this auction an absolute country grail, Garth Brooks. I was the only one that bid on it, so opening bid, boom, I put my bid in. Time ran out. I win. Garth Brooks, self-titled, OG, beautiful, sounds great. Very valuable, worth more than I paid. I did pay a lot, but it's worth more than I paid. So Garth Brooks, Not Counting You is on here. Awesome song. If Tomorrow Never Comes, Every Time That It Rains, Alabama Clay, Much Too Young to Feel This Damn Old, probably my favorite song on there. Cowboy Bill, great song. Nobody Gets Off in This Town. And the most popular song, The Dance, is on here. So this is a killer. He did not reissue this and a couple of other of his awesome albums in the box set that he did. He may in the future, but either way, having an OG of one of the most well-known country artists from the 80s and 90s when I was growing up makes me feel good. So glad to get that grail. Garth Brooks. That's an ultimate country grail, really, for most people, especially guys my age. So happy to have it. So that's it for today. I kept it under 20 minutes. Sorry if it's too long for you. Fast forward the parts you don't like. But I appreciate y'all coming back to my channel. More videos, at least once a week is my plan. So don't look at these killers I got to show later. All right, till next time. Keep spinning that next play.